Shri Mataji Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 20 of our 21-day journey together. My name is Raghava, coming to you from the United Kingdom. If you haven't already, please feel free to prepare your foot soak bucket for the meditation. All you'll need is a small basin for the water, lukewarm water, some salt, and a towel or paper towel, and some water to rinse off your feet at the end. Looking to our upcoming course schedule, today is the second last day of our 21-day program, and tomorrow will be the last day, so please come to that and enjoy it with us. And then we'll have a short 2-week break before another 21-day sessions for going deeper, with 2 sessions every week on Wednesdays and Sundays for 12 weeks at the same time and at the same Zoom link. If you're new tonight and you've missed any of the programs we've done so far, we have them all recorded online at freemeditation.com. We can share the link in the chat, and you can review anything that you've missed, or if you want to go back and see something again, they're all there for you to use. And at the end of the program, you can join a breakout room to have one-on-one discussions or smaller group discussions as well in your own language. We have a few different languages available. And you can also request a mentor if you would like a one-on-one mentor by filling out the form that we have in Zoom chat. It's in the Zoom chat. And give us a bit of time and we'll find someone who works well for you as a mentor. So that's also available. Also, since we're coming to the end of the course, we will have a course survey posted at the end. It's also in the Zoom chat right now, where you can give us feedback on how your experience has been in the course and anything we can improve on, and if you'd like to do more with the Growing Deeper in 2 weeks, and help us improve what we've done so far. So please give us your feedback if you can. Yesterday, we looked at going beyond the mind to help us get into the state of meditation. And today we will be looking at prolonging that state of thoughtless awareness. So getting past the mind, but then maintaining our silence, our mental silence, and how to expand the space that we have between thoughts so that we can enjoy meditation for longer. Now, for many of you, this may be quite new and fresh, but day by day, the more you do it, the easier it comes. So don't be worried at any point if you're struggling or it's not coming so easily. So today we have 2 lovely presenters who've taken the time to come and give us some nice meditations. Their names are Christoph and Shraddha. They will be joining us very shortly, and they will be giving us a nice meditation on expanding. Oh, here's Christoph, and they'll be giving us a nice meditation, foot soak, and meditation on expanding thoughtless awareness. And we'll also be looking at a video of Shri Mataji, the founder of Sahaja Yoga Meditation, with a Q&A at the end with sharing of knowledge and experiences. So one thing to remember is that Sahaja Yoga is always free, because you can't pay for something which is already inbuilt inside of you, which is there since you're born, since you're small. So anyone who's trying to make you pay for something like that is cheating you, because you already have it. So Sahaja Yoga is always there and it's always free, and you can't pay for something that's naturally yours. So without further ado, Christoph and Shraddha, please, if you could introduce yourselves, tell us where you're from and what you might do besides teaching Sahaja Yoga meditation.
All right, thank you, Raghava. Hi to everyone, nice to be with you tonight. I'm Christoph, with you from northern east part of France, practicing Sahaja Yoga for, since 1990. And in life, making a living with being involved in the medical device field since as many years almost.
Nice. Thank you. Shraddha, let us know where you're coming from. Can you hear us, Shraddha?
Hello, everyone. I'm Shraddha, and I'm joining you from Hungary. At the moment, I'm a student of landscape architecture, and I look forward to meditating with all of you.
Nice. Thank you, Shraddha. Thank you both for coming. Yeah, so I guess we'll jump into the meditation now. Take it away, Christoph. Thank you very much.
Will. So, nice opportunity again to be together tonight. And we'll have a quite interesting program. Tonight we'll be talking about uh, two entities, something that is not a chakra that you have noticed probably on the chart that will be on the screen very soon. Those two balloons that we have on top of our head, which we call the ego and superego, you have noticed that they are at the end of our left and right channel. So they cross at the sixth center at the level of the chiasma optic. And those two balloons are an interesting feature that is quite unique to human beings. And we are just going to try to understand why it is here and what role that those two entities are playing within us. And then we'll go into the food soap together and with a discovery of two new things, small mantras to help contain the ego and the superego within us, and a new technique to reduce and keep at the right proportion, reduce the volume of those ego and superego. So let's start with the reason for those two balloons being inside us. And it's a very long story, tracing back thousands and thousands of years ago, when for the first time, what we can identify as an evolved ape, the first apes started raising their head and suddenly not keeping like animals do their attention on the material, on the Mother Earth, but started raising their head and standing and suddenly discovering that there is a whole new dimension around them. They could see the air, the sky, and the cosmos beyond, and realizing that there is a new dimension offered to them. And this dimension, we can identify it easily as the freedom that was granted to human beings and the start of the evolution as the human race, where our desire to continue evolving higher as expressed, and this expression through the freedom grew the first thing that we call ego. Ego is the sense that we are not anymore submitted to the rules of the nature of the matter, but we are on our own, building our own identity, the I. And this is a unique feature, being a human being again, but this I-ness has also produced a side effect, which is the disconnection of human beings with their environment, thinking that I am something different, something special, it's me. And this disconnection materializes as ego within us. And developing our societies, the relationships, the rules, all the creation of human beings has developed what we call the superego. The superego represents what we are together in the course of evolution have built as the rules again and the laws and everything that helps us to live together, right? So it goes from the most basic organizational needs of human beings, but to the higher and the subtler, into the moral, into the religion, etc. So those ego and superego have kind of taken the lead in our life and become balloons blown up on top of our head and blown up so much that they often create a tight, I would say a tight shell above our head, creating in ourselves the sense of isolation, being isolated from the rest of humanity, being alone. This is the symbol of the egg. And what you have realizing, this experience, started realizing and experiencing through your self-realization is that the shell of this egg started breaking, and the pathway through a higher consciousness has started developing inside yourself. So the ego and superego are definitely very useful and very necessary to run our life, but they are not the masters. That's what also you started experiencing maybe. So far we are controlling, we have tried in our life to keep those two balanced, to keep them under check, right? But it's always an attempt to balance the left, the right. But now we have entered into a new dimension where the master has come back. And the master is the spirit with the awakening of your Kundalini started shining and started rising up to the top of your head and taking his seat, his place above your ego and your superego, our ego and our superego. This is what we are trying to promote, to experience, to establish through the meditation. So today, to find simple methods, discover together simple methods of keeping this ego and superego at the right place, that the balloon will reduce and let the space between those two entities open for our Kundalini to rise and our spirit to develop and shine on top of our head. We will have two simple methods. One is what we call a mantra. A mantra is, even a bija mantra, meaning the root of a mantra. So this mantra addresses the existence of the ego, the spirit within us, to reduce and maintain ego and superego. So the first is Ham. Ham means I am. And I am means the spirit is affirmation of the existence of the spirit within us. And this is particularly useful for our superego, the subconscious area within us. And the Ksham means that you are. It is also an affirmation of the existence of the spirit, and it will be particularly useful for those when to keep the ego part in check, saying that you are the spirit, reducing thus the prevalence of the ego. So when we use that mantra, you will do it together, all together after during the foot soak, and then again during the second meditation. So it's very easy. We'll press on our superego here and say Ham, and then we press on the ego and say Ksham. So it'll be Ham, Ksham, Ham, Ksham. So that will be the first exercise. And then during the foot soak, I will show you a second exercise, directly a movement to reduce, yes, ego and superego with both hands. So I would encourage you now to put your feet into the foot soak, and we will start our foot soaking, implementing those two exercises, the mantra and taking down our ego and superego. And then after the foot soak, we'll have a short meditation. You ready? I'll let you a minute to put your feet into the foot soak with the salt, of course. And then we will raise our Kundalini and give ourselves a mandala. So you probably remember the previous technique you have learned to balance the right side and the left side. So we will first, to balance our left side, open the left hand, put it on the lap, and put our right hand towards the floor, towards the Mother Earth, on the floor. When we take a foot soak, we usually keep our eyes open, and our attention naturally goes on top of our head. You can experience that it can be simultaneously on our hands, on our subtle system, from all along the spine, from the sacrum bone up to the top of the head. And thus we can feel in our hand a balancing effect. We will change, bring back both hands open on the lap, and we will raise our left hand above the shoulder to use the air and ether element to cool down our right side. Let the cool breeze we feel in our hand refresh and let all the heat from the right side evacuate in the air, in the ether. All this is usually done keeping your eyes open, watching Shri Mataji's picture, without staring, just looking at it gently as you would look at nature. And keep your head, attention on Sasa, on top of your head. You can feel in our hands the coolness starting taking place instead of possibly heat or heaviness we felt before. When we meditate collectively, you have noticed how much strong it is, how much easily we enter into a meditative state. And then we will move to the new exercise, which consists of taking down both ego and superego, which have often during the day being very much excited, used, and therefore to bring them to their natural place, dimension, we will just take them, cross the hands, like I do, to reach both sides of the head, and gently take down both of the balloons down to your body and doing a little movement of releasing all the tension you have gathered with your hands towards the ground. That movement, which I do actually below. So we can do this movement 7 times, 21 times, how many times you feel like. So we'll be doing it together at least 7 times. This is called taking down our ego and superego. Finished, our hands return onto the lap, open, up. And again, you check on your hands if you feel lighter, if you feel both hands more balanced. You can lift them a little bit up to check if there is no particular heaviness on one side or another. And those simple exercises are very fundamental to understand our vibrational condition. This is key to use the appropriate exercise and bring ourselves into balance in the center so our Kundalini can spontaneously rise and take us into the meditation state, into thoughtless awareness. So we will do now, before finishing the food soak, practicing the Ham and Cham Bija mantras. So when we put the right hand onto the right part of our head, we cover the superego. And here we will say Ham. When the superego, when there is an excess of superego, we have a tendency to be suppressed, right? When somebody feels suppressed, depressed, sad, etc., submitted to the will of others, so there is too much superego. So here we'll say Ham to express the prevalence and the existence of the spirit, which takes us above. And on the other side, we will say for the ego, Ksham means you are the spirit, thus reducing the sense of I-ness, being better, being more, being, dominating, etc. So those two can be done alternately, and we'll say, tapping gently on the left side, Ksham. On the right side, Ham. Ksham. Ham. Ksham. Ham. Ksham. Ham. Ksham. Ham. Ksham. Attention goes on top of our head. We stay 1 minute in silence. So, in order to allow the flow and the next part of the program, you can now rinse your feet, dry your feet. Try to do that in maintaining this meditative attention. And we will continue the program listening Shri Mataji's words, which are to be listened completely in the same meditative mood, eyes open, attention on top of the head, and just let Shri Mataji's word speak directly to our subtle system, nourish it, and take us further into the meditative experience.
But the basis of collectivity, the foundation of collectivity is very deep. And the deep understanding can only tell you that the basis of collectivity is detached love. Love is the only way. It's not possible to have collectivity unless and until you have detached love. French have been good at so many types of love that they have been talking about. And they have written books after books, novels after novels, and have created lots of romantic and unromantic and all kinds of atmospheres to talk of love. But the pure love, as we understand in Sahaja Yoga, is to be now expressed by Sahaja Yogis among themselves. After all, we are all human beings made by one God. And that we are all Sahaja Yogis created by one mother. So there should be no misunderstanding between us of any kind. But we must know what sometimes makes us little different. If we can understand the problems that we face, then it would be much easier for us to see why our love becomes so attached and not so detached. Starts becoming smaller and smaller, then a person just starts loving oneself only. One of the main reasons that we have this problem is because of our conditionings. We are conditioned the way that we don't know how to love. When I see the advertisements in the West, I don't know from where the West starts and where it ends and from where the East ends. But they talk of West and East, but I don't know which is the demarcating line. Can anybody tell me that? Where do we start, East and West? Because it's one round world, you see. But somehow or other there is some line, unknown line, underlying line, which creates sometimes this East and West, two types of conditionings. So when I see some advertisements, they show about, recently I saw about James Bond, that he is free to kill and the best film for revenge. This is the advertisement. If revenge is the best way of fulfillment, then how can we love someone? So this kind of conditioning comes to us from outside. That we should not forgive anyone, we should take the revenge. And if you do not take the revenge, then you are not worthy your name. So if you cannot take the revenge, like a duel that they used to have in France quite a lot between the two persons. They would take two guns and kill each other. I mean, what a stupid idea it was. Just think of it in modern times. But it was so. So if the revenge is not taken, then it was thought to be something very sly, very low level. So a person must take revenge. History shows also the same things, that one had to take a revenge of another person who has harmed you in any way, troubled you. I think is the quality of a snake, they say. That if you step onto any snake, it follows you all his life to take the revenge. The only thing that it does all its life is to run after that person who has, by mistake, put the foot on its body. In the same way, a human endeavor I have seen in so many novels is suggested how a man gets after a person who has some way or other harmed. If we go on like this, there's no end to it. Firstly, it is absolutely absurd. For that, I will give you an example of Buddha. Very much I have been impressed by the way he said once, somebody who insulted him and abused him and said all kinds of horrible words. Then Buddha went to another village. Now this fellow felt the remorse and he went back and said, "Sir, I'm sorry, I've said these things to you. I'm really very sorry." He said, "What?" "Well," he said, "yesterday." He said, "Yesterday is finished now. You are now with me today. So why are you talking about yesterday? It's finished."
Following the beautiful words of Shri Mataji, bringing our hands to our chest, we can take a few moments to let them settle within. Let's continue this state of silence while we listen to a musical composition. We will continue with what we have started during the foot soak with Christoph, the Ham Ksham. We can raise our Kundalini a few times to keep the attention here. From the bottom of our spine to the top of our head. So keeping the hands in the lap, the Ham, Ksham, Bija mantras will help in cleansing the ego and superego and go deeper in our meditation. If you feel like it, please sing along. It's more powerful to say the words Ham, Ksham out loud. I hope you could feel the effects of the Ham and Ksham with this beautiful music. Now we will try to elongate this state of thoughtless awareness. We can close our eyes. Take a few deep breaths. We can put our right hand on our heart. And we can express the desire for our attention to be purified, to be on the spirit. To feel the joy of the spirit, the joy of being connected, the joy of the silence within us. Now we can put our right hand on our forehead and our left hand on the back of our head. And say a couple of times, I forgive. Anything that comes up, we can just simply say, I forgive, and let it be. We can create a slight pressure with our hands to bring our attention here and just say, I forgive. We can put our hands back on our lap and try to find that silence within. Once again, from the bottom of our spine, with our right hand, we can raise our Kundalini up to the top of our head. To bring our attention here. Let me feel the connection that I share with the world. Let me experience the states of thoughtless awareness. We can keep our attention gently above the head, both our hands on our lap. And continue the silent meditation. We don't need to make any extraordinary effort. We just need to be open and let it happen. If we get to that state, we can realize this is a very natural way for us to be. Completely effortless. There's no need to do anything. We can check with our right hand what we feel on the top of our head. We can see with our left hand and gently bring our attention here. And keeping this feeling of this energy, the Kundalini, within us, we can try to go even deeper into thoughtless awareness for a few more moments. Now we can slowly open our eyes and we will conclude the meditation as we usually do with raising the Kundalini and giving ourselves abandon. And we can just take a few more seconds to bring our hands to our chest and see what we feel. And finally, we can bring both our hands together to thank our Kundalini for this meditation.
Wow, so thank you to Shraddha and Christoph both for that wonderful meditation, the two that they gave. I have to say, I've been doing Sahaja Yoga meditation seriously for about 15 years, not so seriously for a little bit longer. And it always amazes me how, you can just have these very strong experiences and how spontaneous it is. Because I had an amazing meditation, so thank you both for that. And yeah, I hope everyone else did as well. It really can show different dimensions of ourselves and different aspects of our essence that we might not always be able to see, to witness, because it gets covered over with our ego conditionings and whatever else is happening in our lives. So it's always good to take a moment to meditate, to reconnect, and to resituate ourselves within that silence inside. So moving on, we have tomorrow, we have our final day. Though it is just the beginning, so it's not the end, it's not the last that we'll get of this, but we will be focusing tomorrow on how to sustain complete inner silence with the power of music. And as well, this will be a springboard to the Going Deeper sessions that will start in 2 weeks. And it will be another 21 days of going deeper. So while tomorrow is the last day of this series of 21 days, there's more up ahead. And it's a continuous process of growing and going deeper inside of ourselves. So there's much more to come, even though we're coming to the end of this one. And the Going Deeper session, which will start in 2 weeks from tomorrow, will be occurring twice a week on Wednesdays and Sundays for 12 weeks at the same time and at the same link that we're using today. So if you're interested to join us for those, they'll start in 2 weeks, but tomorrow we'll have one more session, which will focus on deepening this inner peace inside of ourselves, this inner silence. So yes. And again, if you would like a mentor to do some one-on-one learning, one-on-one deepening of your experience, if you're struggling with anything and not having the results that you want, a mentor is a great way to help someone who's been practicing Sahaja Yoga meditation for many years, who can help diagnose specifically any challenges you're having, because it is a difficult mechanism to work with. It doesn't always work out so easily and straightforward. And if you are struggling, feel free to take use of a mentor. So you can look in the Zoom chat if you're on Zoom with us, and there's a form posted and we'll match you with someone. As well, we have our WhatsApp group, our WhatsApp community, where there's discussions and daily spiritual messages where you can work more with other people on these things. And all the previous sessions, as said before, are recorded and kept on freemeditation.com. So you can always go back and work on a subject we covered before that you want to go deeper on, or catch up on something you missed. So all those materials are there. And now we'll go into the Q&A session. You can also go into a breakout room to have a smaller discussion if you would like. If you need some direction for that, please write a message to breakout room help in the Zoom chat. Or you can stay with us here in the main room with the presenters, where we'll answer some questions. So you can write a message to me on the Zoom chat, or to one of the other moderators as well. And yeah, feel free, we can have a exchange of experiences and ideas now. Also, yes, there's the course survey, lest we forget. So with the 21 days program, we'd love to hear your experience and how it went for you. So as well, in chat, there is a link for that. We'd really like to know how you got on with the program for the past 20 days and tomorrow as well. So you can look at the link there, provide us some of your information, some feedback, so we can keep this going and improve, and also tell us if you're interested to join for the Going Deeper in 2 weeks. So yeah, please make use of the link if you would like. And yeah, here we are. If there's any questions, you can send them into the Zoom chat, and I'll pose them to our presenters, to Shraddha and Christoph. And I'm not seeing any yet, but there's one that I can present to our presenters here. So since today's meditation, we focused on ego and superego and how to overcome these obstacles to feeling our inner peace. How have either of you dealt with recognizing your own ego when it appears in your life, and what have you done about it when you felt that or seen it there?
Yeah, I can start this question, Raghava. Yeah, I think it's easy to recognize ego, right? We all have this experience, and ego is the one that says I, that says me, that says I like that, I don't like that, and who are those guys? And I am someone better than them and different, and that's the basic feeling. So that looks a little bit gross, but this feeling evolves into more subtle manifestation inside ourselves when we evolve also as human beings. So this is all the sense that want to drag everything towards ourselves, to get the best for ourselves, to somehow don't care for others, right? When we see an example of that, a very striking example is the society as it is today is very ego-oriented, very much satisfying me at any cost. And today we have the extreme manifestation of that with the US authorities, right? The new American government. That's the absolute unchecked expression of ego, 100% ego. So yeah, that's how it looks. And to bring it back to ourselves, and of course we are much more balanced and moderate than that, but still it can be disturbing to our meditation and our progress if we don't realize how this ego tends to blow up a bit in ourselves and tend to cover our head. So the other side, actually. And often with ego comes thoughts, right? So if you are just watchful to your thoughts, I would say, just take, when you enter in the meditation state, just be watchful of what's happening in me. So that's a first introspection step I would recommend. And from that state of being watchful, just see how the thoughts and different feelings are coming, and just try to witness them. Just try to bring your attention a little bit above, as we recommend you to do through meditation, and let it pass, let it go, let it express and fade, express and fade. It's a matter of how you keep your attention alert on being on top of your head into the state that is above the thoughts and above ego.
Yeah, completely. I mean, just to add a little bit to that, one thing I found that's really effective with recognizing your ego and also the superego, which is conditioning, is your expectations, is seeing that these things take away joy from us, right? So any thought that's coming, any reaction you're having to something, because they're both reactions to outside, either from arrogance or from your expectations from your past conditionings. These reactions we have take away our joy. So if you're having a thought that's making you not feel joyful, it's probably coming from your ego or your superego. So that's a really great way to recognize it and be like, oh, I don't want this. I want to be happy. And then you can take it away. And it helps bring you into a good state, bring you into more that inner peace, that state you have when you meditate. So that's one thing I personally have found helps a lot, in addition to what you were saying. And Shraddha, I don't know if there's anything you personally can add from your experiences as well.
Yeah, so really just catching yourself in the situation when you're reacting, realizing it's ego, that's already a big part of solving it. Noticing that, why am I reacting this way? Is this a realistic reaction, or is it out of proportion? What is the real reason I'm actually reacting, and how to maybe do better next time?
Yeah. And also, if you're finding yourself reacting, not to beat yourself up about it, because that's a whole other trap. If you're having some negative thoughts or negative emotions, it's important to have this kind of ability to forgive and have compassion for yourself, right? So going from that point, another question we can ask is, how do we deal with the egos of others? If other people are being egotistical, I'll give that to either of you.
Well, reacting with your own ego definitely doesn't help. But I mean, life also has its way of bringing us into those situations to realize these things about ourselves, and if we are willing to introspect. So again, in these situations, it's also important to be aware of what is happening. And a lot of times thinking with love instead of how can I make the other person feel bad, having a bit of kindness, you might even surprise them, and then they will be more receptive if they feel you are not attacking them.
Yeah.
Of course, that also means being more firm occasionally, but that should also come from the heart and compassion.
Yeah, and if there's no reaction, you can have firmness without reacting, right? And if you're having a reaction, it usually, when someone is arrogant or egotistical or aggressive, it just makes the situation worse. So like you were saying, if you react and you have compassion and understanding, you can also have strength. You can respond to the aggression or the arrogance without loading the ego more, because the ego always wants an opportunity to assert itself more, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, is there anything, Christoph, that you would like to add?
You just pointed out the right approach, probably, that it's easy to, the theory is easy often, but ego is something that we are kind of attached to. And definitely if ego reaction is becoming a boxing match, and a trick, maybe not being reactive. I remember Shri Mataji, a story she gave of a man being very self-asserting, climbing up the stairs and trying to, taking all the space and coming in front of the other person and saying, who are you? Will say, I don't move for the fools. You have to step aside to let me pass, right? And the other one says, okay, you don't move for the fools. Okay, I do. And that's a nice way to approach the ego, is that don't take it seriously and don't take the offense and the aggression being something against yourself, but just the expression of the nature and the attitude of the other person. That's another option to try to let it pass and don't take the offense as personal, but just watch it as an expression of an egoistical person.
Yeah, and also I think that story points to using humor, how effective humor can be, for other people, but also for yourself. If you're having some reactions, you're having some ego come up, just being able to laugh at yourself a little bit can go a really long way, right?
Yeah.
And then we don't have so much time left, but we could quickly point to, since the subject of today is how to expand the state of thoughtless awareness, egos and reactions which are external, right? But the same way inside, how do we, I'm kind of asking a question but framing the answer in it. What I was going to say is, to expand the state of thoughtless awareness, from my experience, and you tell me how you two feel about this, similarly to when you meet someone with an ego or you see your own ego, not reacting to your thoughts is like one of the most effective ways to expand that state of thoughtless awareness, right? So this kind of thing we're discussing now about external reactions, external ego, we can also apply to inside ourselves when we're trying to meditate, when a thought comes from our past or about the future ego conditionings. Would you tell me if that's right or wrong, I guess, but also your own experience with trying to expand that state of thoughtless awareness, maybe. Either of you.
Shall I? You want me to start? Okay. Just I want to maybe to try to bring some further light on the superego, which is less prevalent probably in our society, especially Western world. It's more ego that affects us.
Yeah.
But superego is another situation that where you will feel compelled to do what you have been told to do and what your family is doing, what your society is doing, the religious background you have been brought up in. And this is very self-limiting, right? So this is also something that all traditions are good, but not everything in the tradition is good, right? So this is also something we have to be aware what we have inherited, what is our past, the condition, our family, and just use this new awareness of being able to go just above ego and superego, just above the thoughts, being thoughtless, to reconsider all that background we have. And this will be freeing ourselves in itself, just being able to witness. Witnessing will bring the light on any of ego or superego situation. And if it is not true, it will just most of the time disappear. Most of the time disappear by itself, right? And this process, as you say, Raghava, I think my experience that it would the establishment, the opening of the meditation state, the thoughtless state, will just enlarge by itself in repeating the meditation, taking your foot soak regularly, thus releasing the tension and the pressure accumulating on both sides. Doing the simple exercises, they are very simple, but they are so effective and so powerful to balance yourself, reduce the tension on both sides, and just create spontaneously the pathway through your meditation state.
Yeah, it's really something you build through experience, right? And the more you experience it, the more familiar it becomes, and the more, I think, able, when you see yourself reacting or when you're trying to meditate as well, more able you are to bring yourself back into that state because you've had it, you've experienced it. So yeah, that's a really, really good point. Shraddha, is there anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, I mean, also it's where your attention is also is very important, and it's not completely out of our control. We can be a bit more proactive to put our attention on things that are simple but beautiful, and not on the things that have gone wrong or could go wrong.
Yeah. Things that bring you joy. I mean, it helps a lot. Yeah, your attention is a power. It's a huge tool. If you're constantly scrolling TikTok or Instagram or whatever, you're selling your attention away, right? But I mean, that's a small thing. It's one aspect of many things that we can lose our attention on. But yeah, building a more steady attention, more stable, and a simple attention can help a lot when we do sit down to meditate to help us get into that state more easily. Yeah, yes, wow. Well, I wish, I want to talk more, but I think we're getting quite late, especially for people in further eastern parts of Europe. It's maybe a little bit close, getting close to 11 p.m. or 10 p.m. I'm in the UK, so it doesn't bother me. Maybe not even 10 p.m. No, maybe 10 p.m. Sorry. Great with math. But thank you everyone for coming. Thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you for the presenters for taking the time to come and give us these lovely meditations and their own experiences. One thing I forgot to mention previously, since tomorrow is the final day, if anyone who has been joining these sessions would like to share some of their own experiences, please feel free to send a message in the WhatsApp community groups, and one of the facilitators there can help. If you've had a strong experience or something unexpected, spontaneous, surprising, just to share with everyone else to know how you've gotten on with this new journey. So yeah, please let us know. Lots of materials are available if there's anything that you're missing or would like to look at that we've covered. And yes, thank you everyone for coming. Have a good night. Enjoy. Thank you, Christoph and Shraddha.
Thank you.
Thanks to you all. Nice to be with you tonight. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.